Hey, welcome back for another Pancake Petite tutorial. This is also a kit, was available inside our shop. The instructions for the cutting, I highly recommend. There's a separate video that's actually, it was from a Halloween design. It was a Pancake Petite kit. But for the cutting instructions, I highly recommend you check out that video before you start doing this, unless you feel very comfortable that you'll be able to pick up what we're doing here. That video, the cutting instruction video, is going to be the official video that I send everybody back to. Lots of details. I think it's about 10 or 12 minutes. Things you want to know that will help you along the way. But this is what our kit consists of. It included our snow globe sign, which I think is really cute with the snow kind of going all over the place. The 10-inch frame, ribbons for our tail. That other video I was just talking about will help you indicate what's for your tails, what's for your bow, all the stuff. Also, if you have any questions at this point, you can look at the description of the listing, the kit listing. It will literally say 2.5-inch green ribbon with red polka dots for the tails. 2.5-inch red and white ribbon with whatever, blah, 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 for the tails. Okay, so eliminate that question. And then the rest of what we have is for our bow. It comes with our pipe cleaners. It came with our mesh, which I did pre-cut and even pre-did some of them to make the video go a little bit quicker. And I think that is it. No, your zip tie mounts, these. It should have come with 2 of these also. We'll talk about that when we get to the sign. So that's what we're got going on here. I'm going to set these aside. I'm going to set our ribbons for the bow aside. We are going to get to work on the frame. So what we have here is our 10-inch pancake wreath frame. It is part of the bundle. If you're looking for this frame, you can check it out in the description of this video. Created specifically for my pancake wreath design. So I'm going to add our pipe cleaners in a certain way. Every spot there's a notch in a hole, I'm going to add my pipe cleaner. The ones that are on the outside of the frame, I'm going to twist that pipe cleaner right on top of the hole. The ones that are on the inside, I'm going to twist right close to the notch. So just a little bit, starting right off the bat, a little bit of a difference here. So we can help our design in the best way we can. And we're just adding 12 of these in all the spots. So there's 6 on the inside and there's 6 on the outside. We are going to use all of these spots, except for, if you're looking at it now, there's a couple extra holes here that do not have a notch. We're not going to use those. But other than that, every spot that has a hole and a notch right in line with each other, we're going to use all those. So in that cutting instruction video, I went through what to cut, what's the best part for which part of this design. Again, highly recommend watching that. Lots of information there. Basically, the first 6 pieces off of that roll, you want to go on the outside here. That'll help your design along. All right, so we have our frame all set, ready to go. I'm going to start with, and we'll do a couple of these and then I already have the rest kind of all done for us. I'm going to start with curling this little guy in. This is a 20-inch cut. I'm going to curl it in, like fold it, fold it, fold it, real little. Not up the center, off to the side. I'm going to scrunch, 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 scrunch. And then curl in, one more time, maybe even curl in. It's like a 1/2 inch that I'm folding in, enough that I want this to kind of curl in and conceal that cut edge. So now I'm going to take it from this side where it kind of have like a little shelf going in here, or I'm sorry, like a little drawer. I'm going to turn it into a shelf. I want my ribbons to lay on top of this. So I'm going to take that and put it in the outside. I know there's a lot going on here. In the outside twist tie. Important that that goes in the outside of the twist ties. Nice and tight. Twist, twist. Then I'm going to take our 10-inch cut, one of our 10-inch cuts, and I'm going to curl that in. I'm going to knot in the center, way down here to the bottom. I'm going to squish it and just squish it in. whatever you want to call it, whatever technical term you want to call it. Scrunch it. I'm going to make sure that wherever this lands, this here lands in line, right? I want to make sure that those are equal to, not this way, not this way, just as best as you can equal to. We want to make the outside perimeter of our wreath nice and round. Okay, we're going to do that one more time over here. Just curl it in, really just fold it and fold it. Maybe one more time for good luck, fold it. Over on the edge, scrunch, 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 scrunch. And then over here, fold it in, fold it in, fold it in. Enough, again, and just enough for that edge to want to curl in. Flip it over. And give myself a shelf for the ribbons to lay on. Twist, twist. One more time with the curl. If you purchase this as a kit, thank you very much. I appreciate you. If you did not purchase this as a kit, totally and absolutely okay. I hope you enjoy the video and all the instructions. This turns out to be a really cute design. I absolutely have been loving it lately. Totally, totally love it. So then I'm just going to keep going. I have them all now pre-curled, cruffled, just to make the video go a little bit quicker. So again, still making sure that I keep them in line. Now you do not have to do this, obviously. This is just to make sure that the video goes quicker as fast as I can, because you know I don't edit videos and sometimes they can get lengthy. The only other thing I want to mention is with that curl there, I do want to make sure that the seam, I'll show you in just a second, the seam part of it, this part where it's cut, make sure that's in the back, okay? I don't want that up on the top. Just make sure it's in the back. So you do not have to do the zip ties. It's not part of the kit. That was only, oopsie, I twisted that one in the wrong spot. It does make a difference. You do not have to zip tie these. It was not part of the kit. It was just simply to make this video go a little bit quicker. And if you're like me, looking for any little moments through your day to kind of help and prep, I just take advantage of that sometimes, and sometimes I'll prep a little more so that our videos or our lives go a little bit quicker. Okay. So we have 12 pieces of mesh in here, 6 of the cruffles, which by the way, our fast track, our Wreath Makers fast track class has a ton of information going in it, including terminology, different mesh methods, different mesh techniques. Very, very informational class. Put you on the fast track to learn years of knowledge. I've been in business now. It'll be officially, it'll be 10 years in October. We have 550,000 plus people following us over on Facebook. We sell wreaths, we sell kits, we sell on Etsy, we sell in a boutique. And I just decided that y'all have a lot of questions. I'm going to put it all in one class and fast track us through the future so you can cut through some of those red tapes and questions and trial and errors. Let me just tell you what I did and then kind of guide you from there. It's a great class. It's going to be virtual, of course, and then offered on replay if you can't make the virtual classes. Okay, so we have our ribbon tails, 14 inches. Go to the cutting instruction video. It'll tell you everything, okay? 14 inches. I'm going to take my favorite, put it on the top. I'm going to fold it and find our center so that they're about even, okay? Unfold and scrunch up the center. These are going on top of the 20-inch piece. On top of the 20-inch piece. Remember I made a little shelf? That's for my ribbons. Going on top of the 20-inch piece. Speaking of fast track, we are going to leave this in here. We're not going to play with it just yet. We're going to make sure we get everything in and save ourselves some time and pick up our our wire cutters once. Okay? We'll pick them up once when we're ready to go so that we don't have to keep picking up every single time. Again, I'm taking my 14-inch ribbons. I have two 2.5-inch 14-inch ribbons. Scrunch up the center. Put it right here on top of that 20-inch piece. Nice and tight, crisscross, twist, 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 maybe about 1 inch, 1/2 inch, doesn't really matter, just as long as it's not going to pull out of there. Scrunch, 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 make sure you're on top of that 20-inch piece. For all of y'all who have been telling me forever, oh, we can't see the mesh, we can't see the mesh, we can't see the mesh. And I've said forever, it's a supporter, it's a supporter, it's a supporter. This design does allow you to see that mesh a little bit more. And honestly, I'm here for it. I love it. It's so cute. And we have one more piece of mesh to put in, which I did not prep because that part is a little, that's the newest part that I kind of isn't familiar with anyone. Okay, now pick up my wire cutters one time, grab that excess and just cut off what I don't need here. Cut off what I don't need. Cut off what I don't need. What I don't need. There we go. Now I'm going to push that down and lift this up because I definitely want to see both of those. Lift it up and over. Lift it up and over so I can see how stinking cute that is going to be. Love. Look at that. Oh, I love it. Brings out the green in that. So cute. Just enough. I love. That is cute. Then we have one more piece of mesh to kind of seal it and keep it all together. And then we'll add our, make a bow and add a bow. It'll be different than the last few we've made because the shape of the sign and the size of the wreath always determines kind of what your bow looks like. So it could be big, it could be small. In this case, I think we're going to go like a medium size. Won't be too small, won't be too big. But it'll fit just perfect. Okay. Now, I'm not going to play with them. I pull them up and down. I pull them side to side. I know that they're going to be exactly the way I need them to be, so I don't have to worry about playing with them too much more. I'm trying to get the mesh off the ground. 6 pieces that we're going to do together. Okay. All right. So now for the last piece, this is the 10-inch still, and it's 10 inches wide. I'm going to take the cut edge and put it to the cut edge. Cut edge to the cut edge. Scrunch up that edge. Okay, so I have like a little bubble. I'm going to cut this extra off here because it's kind of on all over the place. Not that you'll see it from the design, but I don't want my customers to see it from the back and think the wreath is falling apart, because it's not. But I don't want them to think that. Okay, I'm going to come right down, keep that little piece right there, straight in the center here. Now, I like the way this looks. I love the way this looks, number one. Number two, it definitely helps like keep this wreath together. It helps keep it so that the ribbons aren't falling forward and doesn't kind of start to look like a mess. It's really, really, really cute. Also, if you have been following me for a while and you know, like I'm kind of really big on budget and on supply and all that stuff, it is the same amount of mesh as the 14-inch pancake wreath. So it's not less than, the only thing that's less than is the number of ribbons that are in the wreath. Everything else is the same. And it does also, because of the number of items that we're putting in, it does also take about the same amount of time. It's not less time necessarily. So I love this design. It's a great way for us to all use our 10-inch frames because it truly is cute. It truly is cute. I really, really do like it. Not just saying that. It's really adorable. It's big, it's wide enough. It's about 22 inches. Not about, it ends up actually being exactly 22 inches. So it's wide. It's just adorable. Because you're using half the amount of the ribbons, it is a little bit less expensive. And if you're not using this piece, like let's say you're using, let's say you're putting it on a 12-inch sign, 12-inch round sign. So you're like, oh, I don't really need that. You don't have to. And then that way you're even saving more, right? You're using half the roll of mesh. Just want to squeeze that, make sure it's in there nice and tight. This is truly really cute. This also allows you, I know some of you have the 8-inch round metal signs. This allows you to use that one for sure. Looks really cute. So in our fast track class, there's also going to be a list of my favorite recipes, my favorite wreath recipes. So just to fast track you a little bit and kind of, instead of trial and erroring like I do, or tweaking like when I first created the Pancake Petite, I had a couple of revisions before I was like 100% happy with it. And so some of my favorite recipes, my wreath recipes, will also be included in that class. It is a rinse and repeat, a plug and play. It's a, you know, I want to make a great big wreath. Let me go to her recipe for that. I want to use the pancake wreath frame for a great big design. Let me see what she's got for that. Like it's an amazing class. Or it's going to be an amazing class. It is going to be virtual. The replays will be available. There is a special thing going on for folks who are signing up early on in the launch, which will not be available after July 7th. So depending on when you're watching this, you know, that bonus was for folks signing up early on in the launch timeline. Oops, keep forgetting to cut this off. The only reason why I cut that extra off is because, you know, just in case the customer sees it all in the center, because the center actually stays open. You know, I don't want them to think, oh, it's falling apart. It's not falling apart. It's just that edge is a little, you know, fraying because that's where it was cut. This is so stinking cute. Just absolutely adorable. Then, of course, we're going to pick up our wire cutter and cut off the excess here. Again, save a little bit of time, get it out of the way. let it be done. Now, honestly, this part I I really like, so I wouldn't just leave it like that. But it is so cute. I'm not going to fix the ribbons yet. I know some of you, including myself, are twitching. It's fine. We're going to take the back off of our sign. Let's see if this is... Not that you have to take these off, but it's nice when they're just not on. Perfect. Okay. And then we're going to put this kind of off to the side. And we're going to put, I think we're going to put our bow like right here even. Just right here, kind of down maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All right. I'm going to hold on to that for a second. Let's get this out of the way. And we'll get our bow going. Now, some of the bows for the Pancake Petite are different. Sorry, one of the very few times I'm hot down here. Some of the Pancake Petite bows are different, so they're not all the same. So pay attention to the kit that you purchased for the size sign and all the amount of ribbon that you receive. So this bow is for this particular kit. I'm going to start with the diagonal. It is it's a little bit of a glittery, just a little tiny bit of a glittery. And let's see here what we're going to do. Ooh, maybe like that. Okay, let's do that. I'm not going to do this big. I really don't want to take away from that super cute snow globe. All right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go with a 8-inch tail, 8.5-inch tail, a 6-inch loop, 6.25-inch loop, pinch, pull that apart, twist, another loop, pinch, and twist. I'm going to do just one loop and one tail on each side. Okay, one loop and one tail on each side. That means it is going to leave me with a little bit extra. I'm going to come with the candy cane, or yeah, candy cane print. Candy cane print. Same thing, one loop, one tail on each side. One loop, one tail, a little bit shorter, just a little bit. Just a fun, nice, big bow right on the top. Pinch and twist, setting it right down in there. Now if my loop was first, I'm going to put the tail up there and the loop down, so just going opposite. Nothing to it. Again, our wreath fast track class will have some bow recipes in there. It is going to be an amazing, amazing, amazing class. If you're looking for the information, you can check it out. It should be in the description of the video, or you can check out and go to learnfrommelissa.com. That is where all of our classes are available. Okay, going a little bit smaller still. A little bit smaller than this one. So not that the exact measurement is important at this point. I just want you to make sure you're going a little bit smaller as you go down. Pinch and twist. Again, making sure you go opposite as well, where it's tail, going with the loop. Okay, just so that it is keeping that cute look there going. And then of course we're going to put this one on the top. It's a little bit different though. So watch what we're going to do. I'm going to take that and just go a little bit smaller than the last tail. This is going to have like a 2.5-inch loop on the top. 2.5-inch, this is about a 3. 2.5-inch or 3-inch loop on the top. And then pinch. And then I still want those other two tails. twist, loop, making sure that the loop is smaller than the tail, pinch, twist, loop, pinch, twist, tail. Okay. So then essentially we'll have a tail kind of going up, a tail kind of coming down. Super easy. Right? Then we're going to take one of our pipe cleaners, grab it from the bottom. So clearly you can see I can make the layers in my hand. My hand doesn't really love me to do that. I have carpal tunnel pretty bad and my hand goes numb. So I use the bow maker for ease. I use the bow maker for ease, for comfort. Twist. Nice and tight. We'll bring that center loop up. Make sure my ribbons are kind of doing what I still wanted them to. Knowing I'm going to put this kind of right on top, kind of on the top corner of that. I'm even okay with this being a little bit longer. It does look a little bit longer. I'm kind of okay with that. But let's see what else we can get with our, what's left. So we have 12-inch. Is this the longest? No. This one's the longest. So let's just see what this looks like. So this is something you can do extra. This is not for the design. I'm just going to cut those and see what we have left. So I can go crisscross. That is this long. So I can go this long, just make it a little bit longer. We're just working on the fly here, just so you can see. Listen, nothing goes, not very many things, I should say, go in the garbage here with me. And that is, I can still do that. And then this, of course, I think I can get 2 here. So I'm just taking what we have left and literally folding it in half. I'm not even measuring, like, it doesn't even matter what length it is, just measuring it in half and putting it in. Now that's if your measurements, the way you were doing it, you know, your bow, if it's the same, okay, it could be different. You could have went a little rogue or a little bit longer and then not had exactly the amount I had left. But look how cute that would be. A little extra bow. Put a zip tie around it, and you could just put it in the box, right? Totally fine. Be extra if you're, if you're shipping this out to someone. All right, let's get this in. So I recommend a staple gun. That's what I recommend. Your kit came with 2 of the zip tie mounts. I'm not personally a fan, but I can't expect or know if everybody has a staple gun. So I needed to have another way for y'all to put your sign on. So if you don't have a staple gun, do this. You have 2 of these. Take the back off. Maybe add a little bit of super glue if you have it. Okay. So take the back off and stick it on your piece. Then take your hot glue gun and kind of like caulk it on so that it like stays on. You're giving it a little extra, right? Extra security. If you're not going to use those, here's what I do. The sign is not quite 1/4 inch. So I will build it up a little bit with this is just the back of a cardboard ribbon spool. So I'll just add it a little bit to the back. 2 pieces up here, 2 pieces down there. Now remember, let me grab a 10-inch frame so you can see. Hold on. Remember, this is a 10-inch frame, so I don't want to put one way at the top here or right at the top here, because if that was the case, look what would happen. I'd have to like take those pipe cleaners and like weirdly go in. So I just want them to be where my frame is, right? I want them to be right where my frame is. So it's easy for me to just put it on there right where I want it. Okay. So I'm going to take my pipe cleaners. Now, because that globe is under there, that plastic piece, we're going to be super careful. We're going to be super careful. So I might push down hard over here, but when I push down over there, I'm not going to be pushing down super hard. 1 and 2. Okay, you see what I mean? Like I don't want that to come apart like it is a little bit right there. So we're going to glue that together. Right? I'm going to just glue that together. Let's do this first. Obviously I didn't make the signs. It came from the manufacturer like that. And what I'll do here, because I didn't put it all the way in, I'll just glue extra. Just want to be careful. And then before I put it in, I'm just going to take that little glue here, just a little bit, so that it doesn't come apart. This would have been a really cute design to, so a while back ago, I added glitter rope to the edge of one of my door hangers, one of my round door hangers, and it looked so cute. This would be a really cute idea to do around this also. And then before it dries, Melissa, before it dries, no, it's already dry. Well, it stinks. So before it dries, kind of, because it kind of peeled out there. Maybe don't do that with your good scissors, but. Okay, guess where our bow's gonna go? Right? Guess where the bow's gonna go? Okay, so I have my pipe cleaners on the back attached. Just make sure, yeah, that's not gonna come out there, okay. Pipe cleaners are on the back, on the attached. So maybe this time I'm gonna put it on this side a little bit and put our bow up like this. Nope. Like this. So it doesn't come over Santa, but see, can I put it right in the center and still get away with that? I think we can. Instead of putting it like off to a side. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to put that right in the center. I'm going to put the sign right in the center. You don't even need the bow, but put the sign right in the center. I'm going to go, even though it's going to make me want to twitch a little bit, I'm going right through those layers of mesh. That wasn't that bad. Right through the layers of mesh. Okay, hold it in tight. I'm holding it so that my sign doesn't shift while I get it attached. Another thing I was thinking, you know, now, because now that has me worried, I didn't notice that with any of the other signs, but now it has me worried. What you could do also, I mean, we're all creatives. So you could take your staple gun and staple in along here, and then you could add, so I was thinking about putting the glitter rope like on the edge here, but you could actually put it here. That would be so cute. That would be so cute. Okay, attaching on this side too. Right through the mesh. Just sometimes so much fun. So much fun. Can't go through the ribbon. Can't go through the ribbon. Can't go through the ribbon. All right, there we go. All right, perfect. So if we didn't have that layer of mesh here, I will say it would not look like this. You would be seeing, you know, the inside. You would be seeing the side. You would be seeing the mechanics. And so, you know, that little layer of mesh there is useful in a lot of ways. Okay, brought that around. I'm just going to bring this over here and twist it right along the edge so that I can twist that up and stuff it underneath so that this is all, nothing's pokey here. Okay, so you do have a center in the back. That's why I cut and trim those so that you wouldn't see that kind of fraying in there. We don't want to see that. Super cute. Still haven't fixed our ribbons. But then let's go right up here. Let's go right up here. So I'm going to put those pipe cleaners. Now I'm going to have to go in underneath, so that might not be my favorite either. But look what I just found here. Hold on. I just found one of those extra holes that we had put in the frame that we did not use actually. And it happened to be right by us. So not the easiest thing to do, but let's try to get that in there. Let's try to get that little pipe cleaner in there. Just like that. I just squished the daylights out of our bow. I'll take that other pipe cleaner and get it in. But that's exactly what those extra holes are for. If you don't have a long enough pipe cleaner, if your pipe cleaner isn't going where you need it to, like that is, you know, that would have been harder to get it all the way around or would have, but you know, it just works perfect just like that. Just use that extra hole. Perfection. Just like that. Now I'm going to use it upside down and fluff it from here. Just fluff out our bow so it's all over. Making it not squished like we just squished it. Kind of making it go up instead of down, which is totally fine. And we might trim those a little bit. And then the very last thing we do, very last, is go through and make sure that all of our ribbon tails are doing what we want them to. Look how cute. What we want them to. Really cute that way. Adorable. Really cute. Perfect. And then I'm just going to go through and make sure all of our ribbon tails are doing what we want and in the right spot and taking up its own space. So I didn't have to fix that throughout the whole thing. Just here at the end. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate if you're subscribed so that you can always see our new stuff. Again, this was the video to our kit. Not all of our kits have a video. Some of them reference back to other similar designs, which is fair. But this is the video for this particular kit. And I love it. Look at that. Let me zoom you all the way out. It is darling. Thank you very, very much. Again, you can take those extras and make your bow and just put it in your wreath for your customer. Super cute. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you're loving the Pancake Petite. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you again soon. Bye, y'all.